Hi, Dave here from FAIRWAYiQ. Today we're going to focus on three things in this video as it relates to our virtual ranger capability. The first is we're going to focus on real time. The second is we're going to focus on data and reporting after play is done. And the third is we're going to focus a little bit on restricted areas. So this view here is the live air traffic control of everything that's going on currently on the golf course. This works in any browser on any device and can be hung up on a big screen in the shop or in the clubhouse. What you'll notice here is color of dots. White is not playing. Green is on pace. Yellow would be slightly off pace, and those are the ones we want to pay attention to before they turn into red. And then, of course, you see the red here that is going to eventually cause traffic jams on the golf course. And those are the ones you have to address immediately. In fact, you'll notice here that this is a ranger cart. You can control, the ranger will get an alert and go directly to that player. Alerts in real time. So the best thing about the on-demand rangering capability is that you don't need to be standing, staring at a screen to turn, wait for the carts and the caddies and the players to turn a different color. We have a settings section where anyone on your staff can go ahead and enter their telephone number, the days of the week, and the hours that they work, and turn on text notifications to come directly to their mobile phone. Now, the most important thing that this data provides you and your staff is that we measure not only elapsed time pace, but we have a patented capability that allows us to also measure the amount of wait time, the amount of time that a group is waiting on the group ahead of them. And that is game-changing. It will reduce the friction that any of your staff has in these conversations with players, because you'll be able to say, hey, Mr. Van Slet, your group is 12 minutes off pace. First thing I'm going to say is I was waiting on the group ahead of me, and therefore it's them. And you'll say, nope, you guys were waiting for 4 minutes and you're 8 minutes off pace, slow on your own, and you've got to pick up that pace. Assigning players. So we have a capability that can connect to tee times, or we can upload your member list, but connecting to a tee time system is preferred. We automatically can assign players to carts, and I'll show you that in a minute. But there's essentially a player pace rating assigned to each and every player. So if you went into a player profile, you can see the number of rounds. This player just happened to only play one round, but it would have the rounds. It would have a whole bunch of information around who they played with, etc. Assigning players to golf carts. So this information on the left is your member list with member numbers. All you do is simply drag names onto a golf cart, or a caddy, or a single sensor in a walking group. You can actually remove them, and they get unassigned automatically at the end of a round. Reporting. So we go to the reporting and analytics section. We could slice and dice the data any way you'd like. We can show the data on the screen, export to an Excel if you'd like to do your own analysis, or export to a PDF that you could share at committee meetings and board meetings. We can go ahead, we can go back, we pull data from, say, the month of November. We can also just pull averages for particular days of the week or times of day, and that's sometimes helpful in understanding, for example, what a typical Saturday morning or Friday afternoon looks like. We'll take all the summary rounds in detail, and we'll include the partial rounds, and we go ahead and run this report, and it'll say how many rounds you've got, full rounds that have been registered, partial rounds registered, the average pace, as it's compared to the benchmark, averages per par type, so pars 3s, 4s, and 5s, and sort of a graph of how how many players are actually over pace, at or under, etc. Shows you the bottleneck holes. This can be run for a single day. You'll know what the bottleneck hole is. And then, of course, all the individual rounds and round times are cataloged here. Restricted areas. So we geofence the golf course. That's what you see with these dotted lines here. And we can designate any geofence or area inside of geofences as restricted areas. So imagine the geofence lives on top of the map. The caddies, carts, and players go in and out of these areas. And we can create any number of rules that will generate alerts or log data in the system when those events happen. So for example, if you'd like to designate an area as geofenced, a geofenced area as restricted, you can go ahead and go to the settings section. You can, again, enter your, anyone on your staff can enter their mobile phone number, days of the week and times of the week that they work, and go ahead and turn on these restricted area alerts for text notifications. Anytime anyone goes in that area, we will notify you in real time. It also gets logged to the player profile so that if people go into restricted areas, it becomes a part of their record and can be handled in a polite way later on. So that's it. That gives you a high-level overview of the Virtual Ranger. We do have some deep dive videos that go into how our pace modes work and some other more advanced features. And I do encourage you to go to our YouTube channel, any of our social media channels like Facebook, etc., or send me an email at dave@fairwayiq.com, and I'll be sure to get you those videos. Thanks for watching.